Okay. What makes noble gases especially stable? Hernan. They have a full valence shell, yes. What type of elements form covalent bonds with each other, Cody? Nonmetals. When atoms bond covalently, they form larger particles called, Kira? Molecules. What do a non-metal atom and another non-metal atom do in order to get a complete valence shell? Ryan? They share electrons, yes. What do we call one shared pair of electrons? Emily? That is called a single covalent bond, yes. So that's going to be, one shared pair is how many electrons? Two electrons. Two shared pairs of electrons is called a double covalent bond. And three shared pair of electrons is called a triple covalent bond. And if you were to show these, if I just had element X, okay, I would show a single bond, I would show a double bond, and I would show a triple bond. Okay, single bond, double bond, triple bond. Knowing that, how many electrons are shared between the H and the C according to that molecule diagram? Yes? Sorry, how many? Two, yes. I heard zero, and I was like, that couldn't possibly be what you said. You said two. Perfect, yes. There's two. There's one pair. How many electrons are shared between the carbon and the nitrogen? Zoe? 6. 3 pairs. Okay? Is good? All right. We are going to have a quiz on Monday on ionic bonding. So let's go through what's going to be on that quiz. So you will want some sort of piece of paper on which to write. You need to know what type of elements are involved in ionic bonding. And I'm not going to answer these. You can do a little bit of study today and you can answer them yourselves, okay? I will give you some time for that. So what type of elements? You need to know what happens with the electrons. You need to know the name of the force that holds the ions together. Olivia? What you looking for?
I didn't collect the
Over there. Yeah. No, you don't need that one. You need to know, what do we call the structure that is formed? We want to know, draw a picture of the structure that is formed. You need to know the name of an ion made of only one atom. You need to know the name. Do you guys mind? Okay, I'm going to show you something. You need to tell me if you like this or not. You need to know the name of an ion made of. You see what I've done? Okay? When I do that, those little dit, it's like you're quoting it, right? They're called ditto marks. Ditto. Ditto means repeat. Ditto. Repeat. It saves you having to write, know the name of an ion made of, yes, 2 or more atoms stuck together. You should be able to show the formation of an ionic compound using the Bohr models for an alkali metal and a halogen. Those are like the Tyler videos, okay? Am I missing anything? Oh, yeah. And you need to know the name of a single unit of an ionic compound. You need to be able to write the name and the formula given a picture. And you need to be able to write the name given the elements. Here's one more. You need to know the net or overall charge of an ionic compound. Does anyone need a printout of this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Anyone else need a printout? Okay, so I need 6 of these. Okay. I'll make 10 just in case. And in the meantime, while I'm getting that printed out, you guys can start hunting up this information for yourselves. Yes? Feel free to ask the people around you. What if the person next to you doesn't know? Say Mateo asks Max about one of these questions, but neither of them know. What should they do?
Ask Ken.
Yes. You could ask Ken. Yeah? What do they do if Ken doesn't know?
Yeah.
You could ask, I'm short. What are you going to do if Kachitor doesn't know? You can ask me, okay? You can ask around different people in the classroom. I know sometimes it's awkward. You're like, I don't know these people, or I do know them, but I don't talk to them. And I'm in grade 9, so I don't like talking to people who I don't normally talk to. But that in itself is a skill worth learning, is just being like, getting out of your comfort zone and saying, I don't know the answer, but I'm pretty sure that this row here probably does, for example. Okay? And probably this row as well. And maybe, I mean, there's others in the class. I know you do. And right here. And right here. And right here. They're right. You guys know. Okay? Okay, so there's lots of people in this classroom who know lots of things. So don't be shy. Go and find somebody who knows if you don't know.
But like honestly, like and like some surface I don't remember. I think I was yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, like yeah, exactly that. Perfect. I know, right? My love substance. You just can't. Look at that, look at that. Now it looks like there's some crazy lighting.
Yes. I'll come back to check on blue.
I mean, it's kind of like
But yes, I do want to know which ones they are.
trying something out. Oh, look, I added blue and it actually looks kind of good. Blue, yeah. Color theory. That's from like my
Okay. Hi.
What do you mean by this one?
What type of elements?
Like,
What type of elements form ionic compounds? I will be right back.
what type of element? my chair. Okay, wait, that was a really bad fake cry. That was kind of bad. Why is she naked? She's not naked. She has a not drunk. She's only I was looking at like morning classes, like you know what day, and I was like, wait, it's kind of fire, and I put them in his. Okay, go do your homework. Okay, now her hair like looks like it's like made out of it looks good, but it's like made out of rendering. How long was the music Everyone start jumping. Now I'm starting Well, I'm actually on the I'm like thinking about not.
Anybody else need a copy of the list we just wrote? Anyone else? We're good? Okay.
No. Where did I put my paper? It actually my paper always works. I actually swear to God, I made it. I colored the liner and it looks a lot better now. Why do we need the lead? Okay, I rendered the skin and the hair, and now I have to do the color, and that's like my least favorite part.
Thank
do that? Let's just go through and make sure that we all know all these things. What type of elements form an ionic compound? Metal and non-metal. Yes. What happens with the electrons? Yes?
They're given and taken.
They're given and taken. The metal gives electrons, and the non-metal takes electrons. What is the force that holds the ions together? That is an electrostatic. I can't spell. Stacti, cacti, static force. What is the name of the structure that is formed by ionic bonding? A crystal lattice. You are never going to have to draw a 3D representation because that's just too much drawing. How do we draw the structure though? Ryan?
Not trying to explain it, but so we have two atoms of sodium and chlorine, for example.
Yep.
But they're sharing one electron.
Okay. In this case, they're not actually sharing an electron.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we would have a positive ion next to a negative ion next to a positive next to a negative. Can you stop that, please? Negative next to positive and negative next to positive. What is the name of an ion made of only one atom? One is mono, so that is monatomic. Two or more is many. What is the prefix for many? Poly, polyatomic. Okay, yeah, we could have a diatomic atom, but sort of we get to the point where we're like, anything over 2, we're just going to call it poly, because otherwise we're like, oh, this is a triatomic ion, and this is a tetraatomic ion, and so we just go poly. Okay. We clump them all together in a group. Show the formation of an ionic compound using Bohr models. All right, I'm going to do that on the next page because there's not really any room for it there. So maybe I have lithium. Yes? And how many electrons does it have on its outer shell? Well, it's got 3 in total, but I'm just going to show the outer shell. It has 1 electron. And I'm going to do fluorine because, again, fluorine is like the simplest one. There's fluorine. And again, I'm only going to draw the outer shell. How many electrons does it have? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What happens during the formation of an ionic bond? Do they share? The metal gives, and the non-metal takes. And what do we end up with? We end up with Li, positive, and we end up with F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with an extra 1, negative. I'll give you a minute to copy that down if you want to. What number was that one? That was number 8. And I could do this for any alkali metal because all alkali metals have 1 electron in their valence shell. And if I'm only showing the outer shell, it doesn't matter which one. Yeah? Same thing for my halogens. All of them have 7 electrons in their outer shell. So I could do it for any of them. Okay. Okay, we good? All right, let's go back up. So that was number 8. What is the name of a single unit of an ionic compound? Kira? That is a formula unit. So instead of having the whole crystal lattice structure, you would have just a positive and a negative. That's the simplest one. Now, maybe this is also a formula unit. It's really hard to draw the crystal structure for something that has 1 aluminum to 3 chloride. I don't know how you draw that, so I never bother drawing those ones. Okay? So we always just draw the crystal lattice as though it's just a single positive and a single negative. That makes our lives easy because it's too complicated. I've seen pictures of them. They make my brain melt a little bit. Okay? What is the name and the formula of this compound? Aluminum, chloride, no 3. The name, just the name. Name the metal, name the non-metal, change the ending to "ide." So just the metal name, non-metal name, ending in "ide." How do we write the formula for this? Yes? AlCl3. This is where we put the number. There's no numbers in the name. There are numbers in the formula. Ooh, what do we call these little numbers here? That's called a subscript. Write the name of the compound given the elements. What if I have oxygen and magnesium? What is the name of that compound? Is it oxygen magnesite? No. What is it? Magnesium oxide. The metal always goes first. Magnesium oxide. Metal first. And remember, no numbers in the name. What is the overall charge of an ionic compound? It is neutral. 0. And if you look at that aluminum chloride, you'll see you have a 3 plus. And then you got a -1, a -1, and a -1. That all adds up to 0. 0. Yeah? 3 positives, 3 negatives, that all equals 0. And that's basically how your quiz is going to go. Very similar to that, maybe with just a bit better grammar on my part. I was just kind of writing it down very quickly. Yes? Okay. So if you want to study for it over the weekend, you can just, cover up your answers and write the answers again and do that. And in the meantime, we are going to learn more about particles because we're almost at the end of this unit. So we're going to finish up some of this stuff. What did I just do? Oh no. The unit test will not be next week. It will be the week after. Okay? Because next week only has 4 classes. And the last one of the week is like a shorter one, so I want it to be on a longer day. So it'll either be Monday or Wednesday of the following week. Pardon me? Next week we have Friday off. It's a Pro D day for you guys. Okay? Next week Friday is a Pro D day. It's the 20th. 20. Friday the 20th is the day off for you guys. I come to work. Shh. Yes, Ryan. This is not a long unit. Okay, it's not nearly as long as the last one. It is a bridging unit between the last unit and the next unit. It just kind of takes you from atoms in the periodic table. The next unit is going to be all about writing the names and formulas of compounds. And in order to be able to do that, there are different rules for naming ionic compounds and different rules for naming covalent compounds. So you have to be able to recognize them. That's why it's important that you know that ionic compounds are made from a metal and a non-metal. So you can say, this is an ionic compound, so I use this set of rules to name it. And then you look and you say, this one's made from 2 non-metals. Then I use that set of rules to name that one. Okay? And I will say that all of this that you are learning, you will use next year in Science 10. There is a reason that I personally spend so much time on the chemistry stuff, and that's because it directly affects what you do in grade 10. If you learn this stuff well this year, you will not struggle in Science 10. If you don't learn it well this year, you will struggle in Science 10. I guarantee you. So learn this stuff really well this year, and then Science 10 will be a walk in the park. Okay? I've got grade 11s who still can't do this stuff. What? Yes. And then I say, why did you sign up for Chemistry 11 when you could have taken a different science? Why would you sign up for a science that you never learned in grade 9 or grade 10? What a silly people they are, those people who sign up for the wrong course. They're like, I don't like doing work, so I'm going to sign up for chemistry where it's really important that I do a lot of work. Oh, no. And then they're like, is there anything I can do to bring my grade up? And I'm like, you could go back in time and you could either sign up for a different science or you could do the work. It's weird that, honestly, Anyway, drives me crazy. People make all sorts of weird decisions. People think they need math 12, pre-cal 12, to keep their options open. Do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to be a scientist? Do you want to go into business math? If you don't want to do one of those 3 things, you do not need pre-calculus 12. Right? So why would you do that to yourself? But people are like, I want to leave my options open. Leave your options open for what? Right? Yeah, if you want to be an engineer, then damn straight you better take it. Yes? If you want to be a scientist or a doctor, damn straight you better take it. But if you're like, I want to be... Hang on a second. My brain is dead at the end of the day. I want to be a lawyer. Do you need calculus to be a lawyer? No. So would you need to take pre-calculus to be a lawyer? No, because pre-calculus is if you're going to take calculus later on. There's all sorts of other grade 11 math courses. You don't have to take pre-cal 11 because you want to leave your options open. Only leave your options open if you like those options, right? If you're like, I hate math, I'm not loving science, what options are you leaving open for yourself? It would be like me going, ooh, I should sign up for all the sports teams to leave my options open to change careers and become a member of the NBA. Oh, I would like to leave those options open for myself, even though I have no coordination and I don't like sports. That was just the most important part, right? Why would I leave my options open to do a job that I don't like? I like physical activity. I just don't have enough. You know, people throw a ball at me and I'm like, ah, right? So that's not my area of strength. It's not something where I would leave my options open, right? To be that as a career. That sounds ridiculous, right? Leave your options open to do things that you enjoy, because you're never going to love a job that you hate the subject, right? And then you're going to hate your life, and that would suck. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. We're going to actually talk about, but that was important. That may be more important than anything else you learn in science this year, honestly. And if you ever want to get me like off topic, get me talking about life choices, because I love talking about life choices. All right. Let's talk about molecules. And this is on page 56. 57. Sorry, page 57. Okay, so molecules are made of non-metals. If they're made of non-metals, what type of bonding is that? That is covalent bonding. What are those atoms doing with each other? They're sharing their electrons, yes. You could have a molecule that is an element. Those two atoms are the same. That's why it's a molecule of an element. You could have a molecule that is a compound. It's made of elements that are different. But they have to be made of two or more atoms. Otherwise, you just have an atom. You don't have a molecule. We already said they're bonded covalently, which means they share electrons. A molecule, this is enriched. A molecule has a definite composition, which means you know the exact number of atoms of each type. know the exact number of atoms in a crystal lattice? No. The crystal lattice could be big. It could be small. We just know the ratio. Okay? We know that for sodium chloride, there's 1 sodium, 1 chloride. Maybe I have 200 and 200. Maybe I have 1 billion and 1 billion. Yes? Or if I have AlCl3, I know it's always going to be 1 aluminum for every 3 chloride, but I don't know how many I'll have in a big crystal and in a small crystal. But I know that if I have water, how many atoms of each type are there in water? Water has exactly 1 oxygen. That looks like 10 atoms. Here, I'm going to move this over. Exactly 1 oxygen atom and 2 hydrogen atoms. It's never going to be bigger than that, right? Those are the exact numbers. Sugar, glucose, always has 6 carbons, 12 hydrogen, and 6 oxygens. That's glucose. Okay? And my favorite one, actually, I love saying O atoms because it looks like Odoms, which sounds like a breakfast cereal, does it not? Odoms? Crispy Odoms. No? Okay. You guys don't laugh at my jokes enough. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Do ionic compounds form molecules? No. What do we call a single particle of an ionic compound? We call that a formula unit. Yes. Here is a new one. In liquids and solids, molecules stick together by these things called intermolecular forces. Do you guys remember what the prefix inter means?
No, we learned something else. It was like inter something. It was like inter.
Sorry? Inside, you're really close.
In between.
In between. So if you go on an international flight, you are traveling between nations. Between molecules. So it literally is just telling you what it is. What kind of force is this? This is a force that is between molecules. It is intermolecular, between molecules. And the word that you were looking for that we had it in before is interpolate. Do you guys remember that one? When you found the data point between your other data points?
No, we didn't. It was not.
Now, intermolecular forces is way too long to write out all the time, so we usually just write it as IMFs, because we scientists are lazy people. Okay? And I think that that is a good place to leave it for today. Your homework is to study for your quiz. Have a fantastic weekend, Cacciatore. Yes.
Do you guys do reproduction?
Okay. Because I spend so much time on chemistry,
Yeah.
I actually don't get around to the reproduction. I just do DNA.
Okay.
Okay. So if you've done reproduction already, then you've just learned a little bit of what I should be teaching, but I'm not. So you're good to go. Okay.
And also did like biology, reproduction, and DNA,
Yeah.
and environmental science, greenhouse gases, and all.
Yeah, so you're good, and I'm not doing the environmental science either. So
So you're only doing
Yeah.
biology and biology, DNA, and then physics.
physics, yeah, electricity, yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not do that.
Okay, that's all right. So we'll do that one. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was thinking about like taking a few AP courses and
Mhm.
how many summer courses can you take? Because I was thinking.
You can usually take 2. There's like a morning and an afternoon session.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they last for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to do something related. Do you know what arbitration is?
Sorry, arbitration?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what arbitration is. Yes.
Yeah, so like international
Yeah.
arbitration. Like,
Yeah.
If I were to take an AP course,
Yes.
which one would be like the best?
Ooh, arbitration. That sounds kind of like the social sciences. Yeah, like so maybe like social studies or something like that.
I searched it up and it said macroeconomics.
Okay.
Or
Yes.
statistics.
Okay, those are both good. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, I'm in grade. I shouldn't be worried.
No, you shouldn't be, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay to have plans, right?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So we need to grind our stuff over the weekend.
Okay.
If we borrow it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We'll bring it back. We won't steal it.
No, it's actually not here.
Where is Teach, bro?
Are you schizophrenic? Was there actually a review?
I swear she
there was
just
a
review. Yeah, you remember, right? Where
It's
is
not here, Twin. It's right.
Where's Spence?
Let me get the review package. We kind of
Yes.
See, it's a good thing I remember.
Bye. Have a great weekend. where you didn't do the work in grade 9 and 10. Why would you do that to yourself? And then that segued into, people signing up for inappropriate courses like pre-cal 12, right? You sign up for pre-cal 12 because you want to go into calculus. Why do you want to go into calculus? Because you want to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor, you want to go into business math. Okay? Those three things. If you don't want to do any of those things, you're not keeping your options open.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that would be like me signing up for sports teams to keep my options open to go play in the NBA when I'm 5'2", uncoordinated, and don't like sports.
That's funny. You've got a pretty good group class flyer.
They're so lovely.
Yeah.
They are really
I'm so excited. Yeah.
Logan was driving me crazy.
Oh my
today.
God.
He was taking the lid on and off this thing.
Oh
Like, and
my
made me
God.
clunk, and I'm like, stop that!
Yeah.
It was really funny. I just kind of lost it.
No, he like needs a fidget or something.
Yeah.
It just plugs in right there. There should be like plugs on the wall.
Oh, for some reason, like looking under the counter.
No.
Yeah, he definitely needs something, right?
Yeah. I think
I think so. I don't know.
there was something before about like he should write things on the laptop, but like I've offered it before
Yeah.
and he's not interested. And
Yeah.
I think like he actually has gotten better at the fine motor skills
Yeah.
of writing.
Yeah.
So it's not as big of an issue
Yeah.
as whenever it wasn't like
Yeah.
elementary school.
Yeah, and he just like, what I do is at the end of any test, I kind of like look it over and I'm like, Josh, write something. Let's read this one together and see if you want to answer that again.
Yeah.
He's like, oh!
Today's second block was so funny. We were doing television, and like I showed them this video. She was like, right here, like sunglasses, and like in the middle of it, somebody like, oh, like all the boys. They're like, oh my god, oh. It's like very funny about like how our eye perceives differently likes the color. But they like, because it explains how we see yellow, like explains like your brain sees it, sees things buttons. Whoa! Oh my god! It makes sense.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I love
I
that.
still those simulations you're using look really good.
Which one?
I like the any of the like
I desperately have to figure out.
like that's not fun stuff.
No,
so
it's like this weird something fun. It's not Flash, but it's like Lego, it's like Flash. There's one for that.
I do really like set those to my puzzle.
There's another one for like
We got it.
eyeballs.
Yeah, like I like the prism one. I like
Oh, the prison one's not like a
three.
yeah, it's just like an image on the yeah. It's like, oh yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Have a great weekend.